Hello, 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 all the people. Hello. Um, I'm late again. Today, I honestly didn't know if I was gonna do a stream. Did I miss last stream yesterday? What was yesterday? I missed the stream yesterday. I'm sorry. So I know I've been talking about how I've had car issues just all the way around town. Um, my brother was sick when we took my car in to get fixed because my car broke on the same day that my mom got in an accident. And so, had brother drive me home from the car breaking and dropping offing process. He was sick. I have said I think a couple times on stream that I was quite sick. Um, I think that finally just caught up to me. yesterday, um, yesterday morning, I woke up and I just felt like a brick. I felt like my blood was made of bones and my skin was made of rock. And I just honestly, I woke up and I felt like I was in a different body for a hot minute because I was just so heavy. I just everything felt like literally the cells in my body felt heavy. Um, but I was like, you know what? I'm still doing okay, right? Like I was groggy. I was still out of it. I was like, whoa, right? Like my brain hole was really taking a beating. But I was like, you know what? It's fine. I got to the end of work and I was just done. I was just exhausted. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go lie the fricka-fracka down because it's just controls back. I'm gonna go lie the fricka-fracka down. That's not. We're not. I gotta fix my title. Um, Apex Control. Apex Chill Stream. Stream. Battling, you know it. It's true. I'll just leave that as is. Apex Legends. I'm sorry. I needed to fix this before I started. Um, hey, there we go. So I lied down on my couch, right, for like literally like 10, 15 minutes. I put on a YouTube video. I sat on my couch and I was like, I'm gonna just try and recoup from work. Maybe get one tiny chore or something done. Stream and call it a night. Maybe even stream early yesterday is what I was thinking, so that I could just go to bed early or something, or I don't know, right? Nope. I got in 15 minutes into a YouTube video, and I fell asleep on my couch. I just straight up passed out, fell asleep on my couch. Um, the likelihood of it all is that oh, am I getting so low frames here? What's going on? What's going on? So I missed yesterday's stream, which I feel bad about. Um, but I super almost didn't make it to this stream today because I woke up um at like 3 in the morning because I like slept from 6 to 3 ish, I think, in the morning. And I felt bad. Everything about my whole situation was bad. Everything was bad. Let me pull up my control panel. Why is it freaking out so much like that? Something must be something must be doing me dirty. Let's see. No, Apex is Apex and system interrupts. What is it? Why is my system interrupting? No. Oh, some system interrupts is gone. Firefox Firefox Apex Legends system. System. What is system doing? Oh, my system's trying to grab resources. I don't know why. No, get me back to Apex. Now it won't let me jump into Apex anymore. Oh, no, there we go. Things are back to normal. Maybe system is just trying to grab resources. There's a 20-minute wait on control. I guess the whole stream is just gonna be me waiting to get into a match of control. That's agitating. That's okay. I still have a minute or two of me needing to put my hand in my face because I'm just tired. Nah, well, that's fine. That's what I wanted to do anyway. I want to get into a game here. But yeah, I woke up at like 3 o'clock. I had basically all the same symptoms as the night before. But now I also had the symptoms of having my neck and or head hurt just indefinitely. And now I think there's a little lymph node bottom of my left chin, you know, right under your tongue. I think there's a little lymph node or something in there. That's been hurting and swollen and just having an issue all day today. A little bit of yesterday too. Like it started having a little bit of an issue yesterday, but not enough of a big enough one. There's a lot of birds on that team. So yeah, I love the low poly models of those guys too. It's really cool. So yeah, that is where I have been. Oh, we got the car today. It's fixed. It was not. It was quite an expense. It was not the kind of expense I wanted to pay. Instead of sitting down and spending all my saved money to get like a computer or something. Now it's fixing a part of an old car. So, and not even me doing it, not even me like gaining the experience, because I literally didn't have the time, and I was just sick, and other people in the family need access to the car, so it is just. It has just been quite the load. Oh, why didn't I switch to my shotgun? That's fine. Like I said, today's gonna be a chill stream. I have no guarantees that there will be anything other than chill brillin'. Chill brillin'. Brillin', chillin', brillin'. Bing chillin'. Oh! That's upsetting. I'm getting a lot of shields back pretty quick. Yowzas! I gotta swap off to a sniper or something, man. Honestly. This is just not a good place to stand. I don't even know why I'm still here.
Zone A has been neutralized.
A change of power. They neutralized the zone.
Neutralized.
Oi! 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 Oh, she went under! No way.
Allez, tout le monde.
Alright, it is what it is. Oh, sniper. There is none. There's the, like, LMG. LMG? The, I don't know, the clippy, clappy, click-clack one.
Check out this way.
Boop, ba-doop. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
Putting down the fence. Laying fences. Laying fences. Setting a fence. Anyone got
Yeah, I've kind of lost my brain. I kind of lost my brain for the day, y'all. It's done. If y'all wanted this to be entertaining, y'all have gone to the wrong place. I like how I switched to auto and also. Oh! No way! No way with that. I glacked him out with that. No way. Oh, the smoke screen. Oi! Now that was uncalled for. That was uncalled for. Where the heck is the rest of my team right now? Why was I the only one on B? It was just me and the one guy. Where's everyone else? And we're losing C. That guy's... What is he doing? What was that guy doing? Was he glitching around or something? What was he doing there? Well, I guess they're all at B now, huh? So best point to go is A. I'll go with you. Oh, we're gonna go attack B. Alright. Get down there. Got him. Ah!
Zone B has been captured.
I got the robot though, at least. Wow, everybody got wiped. Rootin' tootin' game over here. Go for A. You're the same guy. How did you get glacked? Oh! Is that a gold weapon right now?
Neutralized.
That's a gold weapon right now.
Capture bonus added to Zone A.
That's why she's swiping the floor with everybody. Got a gold weapon. And I gotta get A. Which means I gotta make my move on B.
One of my far fences has been crossed. I think someone's already been there.
Nah.
Zone B has been captured.
Oh, they captured Zone B though, right?
Anyone passes through here, we'll know. Fence placed. Over here.
Neutralized.
Planting fences. Fence them in, fence them out. Setting a fence.
Has been captured.
Fancy taking this zone here. Cancel that, mate. Enemy over there. Just waiting to be stepped on. Any takers?
Zone C neutralized.
A change of power. They neutralize the zone.
Zone C has been captured.
Fence in position. Fence them in, fence them out. And fencing. Anyone?
Tossing a flag.
Zone C neutralized.
We neutralized the zone. Looks a sight better now. Putting up your cover. We got it now. There's the full man.
We're doing pretty good. We're still gonna lose.
Tossing it out.
Jumping up.
Why did it queue like that? Why did my Q button? Why? You've betrayed me, Q button. You've betrayed me, Q button.
Zone A captured.
I got pizza today. I figure I should try to at least talk instead of just big zoning. I'm just big zoning right now. I'm just like getting into the game, man. Got pizza today. We got pizza at oh, what are they called? Papa, not Papa John's. Not Papa. We didn't get no Papa today. We got
We have our Apex champions.
Where did we get? Hold on, let me pull up my phone. I know, dude. I'm getting a little scared. I'm getting a little scared with how little I'm remembering off the top of my head here. It happened just today. I went and got it. Oh, we went to the pie. Sorry, okay, I do remember. Even just typing pizza into my phone, I remembered. We got the pie. The pie is what I got. Yes, we got the pie. That's a pretty good place. It's a pretty good place. I don't know if it's everywhere in the U.S., but it is certainly good where we are at. I will tell you that. The thing you have to remember about it if you do go to that place and you've never been is it's very greasy pizza. That's very, very greasy pizza. Like even the like artisan type pizzas that they make, it's still like somehow pretty greasy. I don't know if it's just the cheese that they're using has a little bit more grease to it or what, but no matter what pizza we've gotten from there, it's always been like super greasy. So keep that in mind if you end up going to the pie. I don't think it's bad though. I don't think it's even a bad thing that it's greasy. I think it's just the right amount of greasy, and I think it's largely naturally greasy. You know, there are some places that will like unnaturally
I'm
just put grease on stuff. You know, they'll like deep fry things, and then when they deep fry it, they'll like make you a sauce for the sandwich or the burger or whatever, and in the sauce there'll be a bunch of like oils and greases and stuff and all these kinds of things, you know. And then they'll like butter the bread and stuff. It's just like, nah. At the pie, I really do think it is just natural ingredients giving off a lot of grease because they put a lot of cheese on it. They put a lot of sauce on it, which can ultimately kind of give you that really heavy kind of feel. Probably this guy. This guy. This guy. That guy. We'll do that. Why is everyone taking their time to get to C? Why am I the first one at C? Why is that guy being mean? Dude, take him out. Dude. They're pushing really heavy on C. Why though? There's like nobody at B. They're all going to C. There's 5 people at C right now. Holy hambone. I think they're just taking out C so that they can go for B. That's really what I think it is.
Zone C has been captured.
Zone C has been captured.
Allez, tout le monde.
Nope, I should have let in with a grenade.
Almost Jones.
Y'all. Alright, that one's on me.
The enemy is here. They neutralize the zone. We've neutralized that zone.
Zone B.
I like how there's at least like kind of a good battle going on at at A instead of it just being us just all getting pegged out.
Healing my wounds.
Okay, this does have hammer point. Now our B's getting taken over. I knew that's what they were plotting. Okay. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty solid. It's gonna be a pretty short stream tonight, guys. I'm just big boy zoning right now. I'm just getting in the game. I'm really like not down to Cloud with talking. I think the Aleve that I took is barely starting to kick in. And I think my body is just done. Body is just done for the day. Ow. Bunged up that one. There we go.
Oh no. Setting a fence.
Grenades everywhere. Hopefully I was able to grab my machine gun. Goodness. They're really grenading in there like crazy. No. Our whole team's at B.
Oh no, an enemy landed near me.
Laying the fences. Laying fences.
There we go.
The circuit is complete.
Why are there two? Why do they feel like they needed to put this up here? What are they doing?
Hold up. Healing.
They are halfway to winning.
Zone C captured.
Alert 5, Valkyrie on standby, ready for burn. Main engine burn.
Got him. Actually, kind of surprised I got that one, frankly. Ah! Admittedly, that was not the best of ideas. That's okay. We're doing okay. Hopefully we're going to win. We're still somehow losing, but hopefully we're going to win here. How is our whole team here and we're not getting B? Stand on the point. Stand on the point. I know there's fire there, but stand on it.
Zone B has been neutralized.
Now they're going for C again. Can't believe this noise.
Zone B has been captured.
What's that? What's this?
Zone A
Well, no wonder
captured.
and nobody's gotten this. This is way in the back
Got a
here.
zone. Boo, I says.
Zone C has been captured.
Ba-ba,
Go us. We got a
ba-ba.
zone.
That one's better. This one's much better. Maybe I could double shotgun in? I don't know. Box 3. Wow, 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 wow.
Join me for a drive?
Wow! I found out! I had no idea how I didn't know this, in all honesty. I found out that
I'm fencing.
R2-D2 apparently
Fence.
has a lot of organic
You know.
influence. Right? So like R2-D2 is like part machine noises, part not machine noises. I blew my mind. I know you're all sitting there probably laughing. That's fine. But it blew my mind.
Zone C has been captured.
Could not believe it, honestly.
Frag out.
No, my tab has been taken over.
Setting a fence. The circuit is complete. Combat's too noisy. Shush now.
Capture bonus went to the enemy. Step it up, people.
We're not winning.
Zone C captured.
And I'm gonna get glacked
Alert 5, Valkyrie
the second somebody tries to
active.
come
Copy.
to area B. I'm gonna get glacked on.
Fence in position. You know.
Landed near me. Please respect my personal space.
Wait, did it reload by itself? Oh, it double loads. That's awesome. I don't like being attacked from both sides. I did terrible with that shotgun. I take full responsibility. I take full responsibility for that one.
We got a zone.
Taking a... Oh? Hey. There we go.
We captured a zone.
Who did that adversarial ping? Alright guys, what are we up to here? Alright.
Fence placed. The fence is complete. Fence in position. And fence.
Got him! Now they're taking C. Why do you do?
Zone's neutralized. Go fire.
Alert 5, Valkyrie on station. Burn is good.
Tossing a grenade. Healing my wounds.
They're being just terrible. Being a-holes. Guys,
They got a zone. Hold up.
that took you guys a hot minute to get that back, if I'm gonna be honest. We lost! Or have we? Do they get points if it's being occupied like that? They do, I think.
5, ready to scorch for burn.
That's so upsetting. We've been doing so much better than they have recently.
But alright.
Ugh, whatever.
We have our
Ah, I want to win one. We're only at 35 minutes. I could spare one more match, but again, it's not going to be interesting. It's not going to be entertaining, family. Family and friends. Probably, honestly, that's the only people who are watching, if I'm going to be real. I did a lot of damage, though. For not getting too many kills, I got a lot of damage out. My middle back is also hurting, too. That's unrelated to the sickness, I think. But... Awakening points to the Awakening event. Use both any legend. Any of them. Any legend. Where's the Markall scene? Wows! Why is it going chunky mode? Why is it going so chunky? Apex, why you go chunky? Apex, you be chunky. What's going on? Let me open my... No, not my control panel. Let me open the task manager again. Why is my system still using so many resources? I'm gonna try and fix that. I get a little annoyed about that. It takes me... admittedly, it's fine. For the type of person that I am, it's fine. I will sit down and... So, system takes up like a bunch of memory because Windows 10 wants to constantly try to look for updates when I turn on my computer. And it just like scans my whole machine for no reason. And so it uses a bunch of resources to sit and like get ready for the new updates. But then like also just scan all my whole system and just send it all out. Something like that. I read up on it once. I know I'm terribly wrong with that, but it just does a bunch of bullcrap in the background. And so, I've been okay with it. I guess. I don't know. Who are you talking to? I don't think it's my internet. I better not be. Hold on. Audio. No, I'm on push to talk. I'm on push to talk. Maybe he's talking to the other guy. But yeah. What am I looking at? Wingman with a tri-split? Hold on. Hold on. It's not a disconnect. I'm just not in the game yet. Wait. It lied to me. That didn't split. That doesn't have a bullet split as a hop-up. Was I wrong? I super saw that split. Oh, you know, that would be a good option, frankly. Whoa! Well, you know, though, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Look at my... That clearly shows that it has a hop-up, right? Oh, but it does show a 2-split hop-up on the bow check, so I think it's just being... dumb. I think it's just being dumb. You know, this actually is kind of an interesting place to sit down and have control. This must be new. We're just going to slide on over. I understand. We're just going to slide on over to C. Start taking out C.
Zone A has been neutralized.
Da 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 da. I am helping. GG already? What do you mean GG already? Oh, they took A from us.
We've neutralized that zone.
Care package being delivered. Sponsored by Chevron.
I'm gonna try and spice on C the whole time.
Zone B has
I wonder if people are gonna get upset about that.
Zones out.
They will eventually, but because even if they take B, doesn't mean
Super.
anything really.
We got a zone. Planting fences. The circuit is complete.
Oi!
Super. We got a zone.
What? How did it get behind me? How did it get behind me like that? He must have just came in the back door. No, it was all Pathfinder 77777. Maybe there's a window I was neglecting or something. Y'all. I guess I'm at least happy I got a lot of bullets out on him.
Oh no, they
I'm
got
really
a
pushing
zone.
for A this time.
We are not alone. Look over here. Spawning.
Wraith. Oh, I haven't seen a Wraith lately. That guy's level 500. I mean, I'm not one to talk. I'm pretty high level myself, but gosh dang, 500? Lockout. Oh, that's not good.
initiated. Warning. Base camper detected.
Combat's too noisy. Shush now.
Hey? Oh, come on! I slapped his health. Are you kidding me? No, let's see that replay. 16, 66, and 91. That should have been enough. He's got to be at purple health or something. Y'all, and nobody's trying for B. Oh, it's because somebody's over at B.
Stand back. Now the clock is firing.
We're gonna go to B then. Alright, that's not acceptable. I need my friends to at least kind of help. Did you see how he was just standing behind that pillar? Just like, I'm not gonna help. I'm just gonna let him gun down my friend. Did you guys see that? Spawn failed. Oh no. Does that have to do with the lockout? Dude, that's upsetting. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna do another match. Goodness.
That was well. Oh, look at nobody even had kills in their team. No wonder we lost.
I don't know what my friend's waiting on buying a Switch. My friend just texted me that he was thinking about buying a Switch or something. I don't know. That was probably a stack. That was probably like 2 teams of 3 stacks playing, just being hardcore for a minute. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate it now. I think now is pretty an appropriate time to reiterate it. I'm not great at the game. I'm pretty good. I can hold my own, right? Like in some cases. But for the most part, I'm not good. I think you guys should know that pretty well enough by now. Just for the fact. I'm playing as Watson. I'll play as Watson.
With great power
I'll play as
comes
Watson.
me.
I love playing as Watson. Watson's great. You could do so much with Watson. So many things. My friend was thinking about buying a Switch. I think he should buy a Switch. Honestly, if anybody's listening to me right now, you should buy a Switch. I'm not like big on thinking like ahead of time. There might be a good situation in which buying a Switch is not a great scenario, not a good choice. Because who knows? Maybe like within the year they're gonna sit down and make a new Switch, one that's better. You know, who knows? Maybe they're gonna make a better Switch. But I think if you are on the fence at all about Switches, I think you should stop that. Because like, I bought the Switch not day one, but like month one more or less, and it was
That zone's out.
unironically the best purchase decision I have ever made in my entire life.
Fence placed. If the fence gets crossed, we'll know. Tossing a grenade. Combat too naughty. Shot me.
Yeah, but I have never been disappointed with the purchase of my Switch. Not a single time. I have never been disappointed with my Switch. I honestly... Oh, that was my friend. There was an adversarial lifeline. They're gone. I bought the Switch pretty early on, and I got the Switch with basically just Zelda, right? Like basically just Zelda, more or less.
Secota zone.
And I still think I got value well enough out of just Zelda. There's a lot of ways in here, actually.
Anyone passes through?
Poor Bloodhound. Oh! Wow! I just went around him the whole time. Alright, let's go try and get some of the primary zones. Looks like they're being dirty.
A has been neutralized.
Dirty schmirty. We're gonna get A and we're gonna go for C. I think that's a good move. I think it's a good move. Doesn't mean it is, but I think so.
Neutralize the zone.
Zone A captured.
We got the zone. All good for.
Walk on the wire. Nah.
They got his own. It won't last.
Is there one that's coming over this way? There is not. Capture bonus on B. Honestly, should probably sit down and start helping him with B. Whoa! Getting a little overzealous there.
Setting a fence. Fence them in, fence them out. Laying fences.
Well, I'm gonna be able to stop him from spawning at B by doing this.
Zone C has been neutralized.
We neutralize the zone.
Because they shouldn't be able to spawn at B once I do this. Not that it seems like it's mattering a whole lot.
Hey, we got his own.
Haha! 3 points of health, man. It was inevitable. But hopefully we can get B and then we can get the capture bonus for B. Used his grenade for that. That's kind of a waste. Let's go to A. Let's make sure we're not doing anything with A.
Zone C neutralized.
They neutralized the zone.
Like that.
Enemy spotted over there.
You hiding out? You hiding out?
Enemy got it. I am the star. Oh no, they got the zone.
Zone B neutralized. Radiant leader eliminated.
I knew they were gonna try something at A. Just knew it.
Zone B captured.
Capture bonus.
All Father
I
bless
guess the capture bonus is just that important.
We got the capture bonus.
We got a zone.
I'll take it. Golden. Shotgun.
Give me sight.
It's great.
Fence placed.
Rápido, rápido.
The circuit is complete.
That's all.
There we go. Good play. Good play. Finally winning one.
Body shield here. Level 3.
Trust in the All Father.
It would be great if I hit him. There we go. Wah, 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 wah. Doing pretty good.
Putting down a fence. Anyone passes
Are they
through
still
here?
down there?
We'll know.
One woman hits that'll get.
Hey, looking over there.
Well then. Seems like we're gonna get the win. And yay! Maybe we should be able to call it a night.
Tossing a grenade.
Well, that's just unruly.
Got bad guys over there.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the scopes.
Infantry. Fence them out.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's nasty.
Zone A neutralized.
Gotta get back to A though.
Bad news. They neutralized the zone.
Oh no. Took my gear.
Zone A
My gear! It's the best stuff to storm the castle.
Scanning the area.
Almost got her.
Scanning the area.
This is my stuff from
Taking light.
not long ago. Hey! Big boy. Big boy. Oh, he was on top! Why are you going at it with the bow check? What are you doing, my guy? What are you doing? You guys are gonna let that one guy take it? Oh, there's two over there now.
Zone C captured.
That zone's
I
out.
don't see why not,
Yes,
frankly.
it's zoned out.
Zone A captured.
C'est côté zone.
Sure.
Allez, tout le monde.
We should go this way. Never mind.
Ratings leader eliminated.
I should not double up on that.
Let's go subscriber here.
Marking our surroundings.
Zone B neutralized.
A change of power. They neutralize the zone. Chestnut. No more stones. Healing my wounds. Oh no, they got a zone.
Zone B has been neutralized.
Using grapple.
Neutralized.
Ooh! Get partied on! It's been a while since I've hit somebody with a Kraber.
We got it.
Putting down the fence. If the fence gets crossed, we'll know.
Calling upon nature's
Enemy right here.
Ayy. Good save.
Care package over here.
Where are they?
One of my fence circuits out there is broken.
Poking out, poking out, poking out. Poke out. Hey, Champione!
Seed rat.
Champion, champion, champione!
See,
Champion, champion,
How's all
champione! Oh,
I said
yeah, like I
Alex-
promised, it wasn't gonna be an interesting stream
I said
today.
C, Brad. C.
I'm just exhausted. I'm big zoning today. So I'm
Oh,
sorry.
No.
Hopefully, if I stream tomorrow, it shouldn't be too bad. I do have to go into my parents' work tomorrow, help them out. So I don't know if I'm going to be equally as exhausted and tired and what have you tomorrow, but we'll see. See how it goes. I'm glad I was able to get back to you guys. I'm glad I was able to sit down and stream, though. I think I did kind of trail off on the idea that I was talking about with the Switch. There is a little bit more to me getting the Switch, so the long story short is when the Switch first came out, I was like somewhat skeptical because it looked just like the Wii U, and I was just like, that just looks like a Wii U, but without the Wii U part, you know? And I was like, it's a mobile, largely kind of console, you know? I'm not mobile so much. I go to college, but like it's not the kind of thing I would want to take with me to a college campus, you know? I don't want somebody digging in my bed and stealing my Switch, you know? I'm just very, very, you know, hyper cautious about that kind of thing, I suppose. So I never took my Switch really ever. I think I did take it like 1 or 2 days, but otherwise I never really took it with me. Especially because it was still the hot console on the block at that point. and like anybody and everybody would have wanted to get their hands on it. And if you get just the wrong, good old square eyes on your console, they're gonna sit there and be like, "That's mine now," and steal it. So I was always highly paranoid about my Switch and taking it to college with me to play on my like lunch break or something. But I was very skeptical about it. I was very skeptical about the mobility of it and just like in general how good of a console it would have been. But one day I was just like, you know what? It's a console that I want to get. I got a good feeling about it. This good feeling's gonna keep on feeling good, And so I sat down and I was like, all right, I'll buy one. I'll see if there's one around. So I like called into the GameStop, and I was like, hey, do you guys have Switches? Like what's up, right? It's the kind of thing you guys are gonna have. And the dude got on the line and is like, I have one more Switch. If you get here in the next like 10 minutes, that bad boy is yours, And I was just like, oh. So I bolted over to GameStop and I was just like, I would like to buy one Switch, please. And he was like, my man. And he gave me this Switch. I was just so happy. I was just like, oh my goodness. So I bought the Switch. I felt super, super incredible about it. But then I was like sitting there, I was like, what kind of game am I gonna buy though, And like, I have to go now buy some accessories for it. I gotta buy the like travel case for it. I gotta buy the screen protector and stuff for it because there were issues with the plastic getting all scuffed up and stuff. And so I was like, I just gotta go buy all this stuff now. And so I went and I bought it, and I only had one game on it for like months, and it was The Legend of Zelda. I put, I think, about 200 hours in Legend of Zelda. And I will say, every hour was incredible. I loved every minute I played of Breath of the Wild, man. And with just Breath of the Wild only, it made my Switch 100% worth it. And just from there, whatever I purchased for that Switch, like it just wouldn't have mattered because like I had already gotten the value out of that Switch by that point, right? Like, yeah, it could have exploded, it could have died, it could have just like gone up in flames, right? Like, I got the value of the Switch out of it with just Legend of Zelda, And so I was just like, wow, this is great. And so like every other subsequent game that I had purchased with the Switch, I was just like, this is amazing, So I sat down and I was like, this is good. It's good. And I bought a bunch of JRPGs for it because I really wanted a game that I would sit down and play for hours and hours and hours. And I still felt a little weird about spending $60 on stuff like Mario parties and stuff and Mario Karts and things because I didn't want to buy the online pass yet because it was still one of those things where it was like, it's just more expense to this thing I just spent a bunch of money on, And I was still in college, so I still had college expenses to worry about. And so I was like, might as well just buy the single, storyline type games and just call it good and really enjoy it. And I loved the heck out of that Switch, man. I still have it. I still love the heck out of it. I think it is the single best purchase I have ever made in my entire life. I say that with 100% confidence. It is the best purchase I have ever made in my entire life, right? Like, there may have been a situation where I was like, down and out and I just needed like a drink or water or something. But like the Switch honestly was the best purchase I think I've ever made. I have never gotten more use out of a product that I have ever purchased. I have never gotten more enjoyment out of a product that I have purchased than my Switch. And it is just 100%. It just is so good. So that's what I'm gonna say no matter what. It is just good, right? It is just good. So that's why I really really want them to announce a new Switch, a newer console. And I really want to sit down and enjoy it, and I really want it to be something that's worth enjoying, I think what I'm really stressed about though is that Nintendo for the last like 10 plus years or more, before they came out with the Switch, Like basically from after they released the Wii, from the Wii forward until they released the Switch, and maybe even a little bit of principles of the GameCube, have always been hyper gimmicky, right? Like their consoles have always been hyper gimmicky. You know, even the GameCube itself has been very gimmicky. I think if you go way back, I think the NES is the only one that didn't have like a big gimmick. I think the NES was just like, let's just do what we want to do because we do what we do. But they released a bunch of gimmick products alongside the NES ultimately, which kind of like reiterates the point. But the console itself was not something that was gimmicked. It was just, here's this console. People are doing, home consoles. This is ours. It's the NES. Check it out. And people bought it. People loved it. The SNES had a microphone on it, which only like one or two games actually used. And then they sold a bunch of gimmicky like official stuff along with that. I think after SNES it was N64. Technically, the gimmick for N64 was the 3D graphics, but that ended up not being so much of a gimmick as much as just the way the industry was moving forward. They did also release a bunch of gimmicky stuff alongside the N64, though, so it was still kind of gimmicky. um, and then from N64, they released the GameCube, and then the GameCube did have a gimmick. It had small little discs that were apparently supposed to be hard for people to pirate, and they were supposed to be hard to deal with and like easy for like little kids to deal with because it's a tiny little disc and get their hand all the way around without having issues. Easy to store, just small little discs, you know. But the gimmick with the GameCube was that it had a little handle on the back and it was meant to be portable. It was meant to be this like portable tote around with you kind of console. And I was just kind of like, what? So the GameCube had a gimmick, but it was still pretty mainline. But once they went into Wii territory, that's when it just became hyper gimmicky. That's what it was like. Motion controls are the future. And it's like, no, not yet, Nintendo. Like, I believe that's a conversation for a different day, but I believe VR is great where it's at, but it still needs to hit a couple thresholds before it becomes a mainstay thing for a lot of people. I think the whole thing with Facebook and Meta is just kind of ridiculous, but I could talk about that a different day. So they've been gimmicky for quite a while in the industry. Like Xbox 360 came out. Xbox One came out, right? Like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Like these hard-hitting consoles came out. And the only thing that would have sold you on the Wii or the Wii U is like, it's a family console that you have motion controls with, or like those are the only things to sell people on with the Wii and the Wii U. And we bought one, right? But it was still one of those things where it's like, there are so many better experiences out there in the world than the Wii and the Wii U, especially because you have to sit down and have these like little remotes that are like difficult to, like they're not the most ergonomic things when it comes to playing just normal games. I think there are some elements about it that was kind of ergonomic because you could like just hold the nunchuck. You could hold the nunchuck and then the Wii remote in two different hands. And you could just like sit on the couch just like a lazy person. Like if it was just a normal game, right? You could just like sit on the couch like a normal person and just play the game and just like have your hands wherever you wanted your hands to be. So it was fairly ergonomic in that regard, but it was still one of those things where it's like, this sucks. You have this like strap that straps onto your wrist, and then you have this little remote thing, and then you have this side remote thing, which is a nunchuck, and the cable wasn't long enough to like, do your whole wingspan, and so it always felt a little weird with that too, and so it's just kind of like, and then they released the Wii U, and that was just garbage. That was just garbage. It was basically just a souped up Wii, and it had a primary peripheral of the little tablet, which I understand what they were going for. They were trying to capture the audience of like, everybody says mobile games with like tablets is the new way to game, you know? And so Nintendo was like, tablets, yes, we'll make the Wii U. It'll be great and incredible, you know? And it was great, honestly. There were elements of it that I was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of cool. But it did kind of suck because you always had to like, you know, switch your attention from what was happening on the big main screen and what's happening on the tiny little screen. But then they released the Switch, right? And it's like, you can have all your games as a home console. You can just sit down and enjoy it as a home console. Or you could take it with you and you can enjoy it out and about in the real world, you know? Right? And so it's like, that's one of the things that I was just like, oh, this is what a console is supposed to be. Because like the whole sit down kind of consoles, I really feel like there's not, other than convenience and like just being able to sit down on a couch and like really just game on a couch and not have an issue, and like, you know, have it be its own little island too, because you won't have to deal with PC players if you're playing on console, you know. But right, like that's it. Just being able to sit down and lie down in a nice comfy chair or like on a nice comfy couch. Those are the only two major differences when it came to having a console versus PC. And it's just like, I don't know, if you have more fun being more competitive on a PC, and 90% of the games exist on PC, you know, then what's the point of sitting down and buying an Xbox or a PlayStation? And that's kind of the mentality I've gotten in recently. Just because, I don't know, I enjoy playing on PC. Part of me does want to go back to console gaming, though, just because my job requires that I sit in a chair for 8 hours a day, and you know, it's nice to be able to switch from a chair to a couch that's like actually comfortable to sit in instead of just staying in another office chair for the rest of my day, you know. So I do like sitting down and console gaming, but that's when I sit down and play my Switch, as I sit down and I console game on my Switch. So but yeah, long story short, it's the best it's the best purchase I think I've ever made in my entire life. And it is also it's just the funnest console ever. I think if you're on the fence about a Switch at all, you should just buy one. You should just do it. If you know you enjoy video games, and as long as you don't want the AAA experience, right? Like, you know, Call of Duty in like 4K or whatever. As long as you don't want the brand new like hyper graphics kind of experience, and you're okay with saying goodbye to games like Halo and Call of Duty and stuff, which I think are actually starting to try and work their way onto the Switch eventually. So who knows? But as long as you're okay with missing out on those like 4 or 5 titles that are like big line titles, the Switch is honestly the best thing to do. I frankly, now that I have a PC that can play those big, like beautiful games, and I have a Switch, I basically can go sit and play all the fun little indie games and all the fun, you know, JRPGs and just, you know, import type games and stuff on my Switch. And then I can play the big, you know, highly competitive and like highly beautiful games on my PC. And so it's like, I don't need a console. I don't need anything else other than that, you know? It's just great. All my experiences are just able to sit and exist in one place. And I really enjoy it. But anyway, I digress. The point that I was trying to get at a little bit earlier is I'm worried that Nintendo is going to try and come up with some new gimmick, and it's going to go bad, and everybody's going to sit there and be like, Nintendo, you had it right with the Switch. And Nintendo's going to sit there and be like, whoa, wait, guys, no, it's cool, right? You know? And I think that's why honestly they've held off on making new consoles. I think what they really want to avoid, and I think what they really want to sit down and try to do, is they know for a fact that they're not going to be able to jump into the hyper gaming market, right? Like those big pretty games, the Call of Duties, I think Cyberpunk is a beautiful game, especially when it's done in like a 4K kind of thing with all the ray tracing graphics and stuff on. I don't think Nintendo could pull that off. I don't think Nintendo can pull off a gaming experience like that. And so I think that Nintendo is really worried that if they continue to make their game consoles same, just going forward and into the future, I think Nintendo's worried that if they do that, they're gonna have to start playing that game of like, let's come out with the strongest, best, highest graphics console in games. I think that's what Nintendo's really, honestly, like frightened about. Is they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to have that be something that happens to them. Because ever since the Switch has come out, everybody's been bugging them like, make a 4K version of the Switch, eh? And Nintendo's just kind of sitting there going like, that's not the point of the Switch or of our games. And so they're just kind of sitting back going like, what do we do? Because again, like if they just start making like mainline type consoles like everyone else does, like Sony and Xbox, Sony and Microsoft, right? That's the big problem, because like they're not going to be able to sit down and make that AAA gaming experience, right? Like, and so I think they're trying to look for a gimmick that will get people and families in on it again, without having to change too much about the Switch, I really truly think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to come out with a console that still has a gimmick so that they can set themselves apart in the market, but also be just kind of like enough of a Switch for them to kind of sit back and be like, this is fine. This is fine, I think that's really what they're trying to focus on, and really what's taking them a long time. I really, truly, honestly do think that's what's going on, is that they really are trying to focus really hard on what it means to have a console and what kind of new gimmick they're gonna approach. Because there's not many more avenues for them to approach. They could do the VR thing, right? Like Nintendo could get into VR, but I think it would really push Nintendo hard making a VR system or making the gimmick of their system be VR. I think they would really, really struggle with it. And frankly, I don't know if that's the kind of realm that they want to go into right now. I'm sure it's an avenue they want to explore, but I'm sure it's not something that they really want to get too far into. Because they would have to increase the screen to 4K. They would have to bump up the price quite a bit. They would have to add a bunch of other sensors and things into the console. Maybe not. They do have the Joy-Cons have motion controls, so maybe it would have like some kind of like fun, like VR headset strap thing that uses the Joy-Cons to find relative position or something. But then you wouldn't have any controllers, so it's kind of one of those like, here nor there situations, right? You would have to have and own 2 pairs of Joy-Cons to really, really make it work well. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do for their next console. I don't know if they're gonna sit down and go the gimmicky route, or if they're gonna start playing ball with just making a standalone console experience type thing. Because again, I really don't think that there's many avenues for them to go down with the Switch. I think they probably could make a 3D Switch. For many years, they had the 3D 3DS. I don't know exactly what it was called other than the 3D 3DS. Maybe it was just the 3DS because it was 3D, like 3D display or something. I don't know. But they had that for many, many years. So I don't know if maybe they're going to try and go down that avenue again and make a better like 3D screen. Like have it be like 4K without it being 3D, and have it be like, 3D if not, right? Because then your average whatever gamer could still just like throw that bad boy in the dock and just have a nice day, play the games that they want to play. And then whenever they go like out and about, or they want to play it mobily or just in a different part of the house or something, like outside, maybe they just want to go and relax on like a swing or something. I don't know. I really don't know where they're gonna go with it, but I think they've publicly come out and said we're super worried about what we're gonna do with our next console. And I get it, because if they come out with another Switch and they don't boost the graphics by a pretty significant margin, there's going to be a lot of people that sit back and go, hey, Nintendo, why didn't you do more? Right? Like, because as soon as they start competing with Xbox and PlayStation with like graphics capabilities, that's when they're really screwed. That's when Nintendo is really screwed, because they're not going to be able to make a console that appeals to their core base without going all the way like Sony and Xbox have. So I don't know. All I know is that it's going to be absolutely atrocious to try to purchase one, because there's the chip shortage, and Nintendo already has their own set of shortage problems that they've ran into in the past. And so it's just a whole big thing. I probably honestly should have just switched this over to a just chatting stream, to be frank. But I think we're good. I think we're good at this point. But yeah, I'd love to talk about Nintendo more, because I really love Nintendo. I really love my Switch a heck of a lot. But I think we're gonna call it a night. The Aleve kicked in, and I think that was what I needed to take, because now I'm feeling a lot better. Now I'm feeling, not as achy and ouchy. I still feel kind of sick and not that great, but I think most of the pains have kind of gone away. So I'm gonna use that as like, an ethereal, sign that I should call it a night here. Now that everything's kind of going back to normal, I'm starting to feel good, starting to feel sleepy. Which takes me to my big 3 points. It's something I say every end of every stream. It's something I'm probably going to say every stream for who knows how long. Maybe if I find a different focus, we'll have a different focus in the future. But the 3 big things I want to focus on indefinitely is, if you have not had a chance to stand up in a while, which if you've been watching my stream front to back, now would be a good time to stand up and walk around. You want to make sure you don't have any blood clots, don't have any other bigger problems. It gives you a chance to go do a bunch of other things, like clean up around you for a hot minute, things like that, just so you can kind of keep your space good, keep your sweat in check. I get sweaty. I always feel like I need to stand up every once in a while, get rid of that sweat. Makes your butt not hurt as much if you're sitting down in a pretty nasty situation of a chair, kind of like how I am. So it really helps. It really does help, honestly. Just take that minute and stand up every hour or so. It's the big thing that I like to push. And if you do not have water next to you or near you, it's a good chance to also get up, walk around, and grab some water or get a drink of water. Water is really important. If you're not hydrated, it causes a significant number of problems. Foggy headedness, like headaches, aches and pains. Like, you can solve a lot of problems with just drinking water and being healthy with hydration. Yet, like, I have found out through my life that like many of the problems I have been suffering through like high school, middle school, stuff like that, was just because I didn't really sit down and think about hydration much. And I found out that that's probably not the best thing in the world, and that's probably what caused my problems. All through middle school, I was like very, very chipper, and I was like, man, I gotta make sure I'm like 100% at school. And so like I never drank water or anything unless it was lunch, where I was like drinking milk or juice or something, you know? And so like I just never had water through like most of the day. I did sit down and drink at the fountains. I do remember that, but it wasn't like a big thing for me. It was just kind of like, if my mouth is cotton ball dry, I'm gonna go get a drink at the fountain, you know? But like otherwise, I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna drink as much water as I probably should, And I got a lot of headaches in middle school. I think it wasn't until like high school where I went to like a vocational school on the side that I felt like I needed to have water with me all the time, and there was a fountain there that I just drank water from every single time I showed up, and all of those problems started to slowly fix themselves when I started to get hydrated. So stay hydrated. The last one, and probably one of the more important things, something we all struggle with in life, probably a lot more than just drinking water, is getting good sleep. You guys got to make sure you get good sleep. Get 8 hours is kind of a here nor there lie. It really just depends on you and who you are. Now, I'm not opening the door to say that 2 hours is a good amount of sleep, but a range between 10 and 6 hours is usually where most people lie. The highest majority of people lie within 8 hours of having a good sleep. There's a lot more sleep science to it, right? Like you could have 7.5 hours of sleep, but your cycle of sleep ends at just the right time at 7.5 hours of sleep, instead of 8 hours of sleep, right? And so it's like, don't worry so much about the number. Worry about the quality of sleep. That's the biggest thing to consider. But the big things with sleep is like making a schedule, quality of sleep, and all these things. Like, right, try to keep it a little cool while you sleep because that helps you sleep, helps regulate your body. Make sure it's dark AF when you're sleeping. That that just helps you 1,000 times, man. Put little tape on things that have just lights that you don't need to know about, right? Like lights that are just in your room that mean nothing. Just try to get rid of all of them if you can, you know. In my room, I basically don't have any electronics except for my phone, more or less. I used to have all my whole setup in my room, but now I've been like really enjoying having my like work stuff and my like relaxation game stuff outside of my room because there is zero lights. There's zero lights, zero problems when I try to go to sleep. So that's the last one. Just get a lot of good sleep. Get quality sleep. Do everything you can to try to make your sleep better. Get a nice comfortable pillow. Get a nice comfortable bed. Get a comfortable blanket that doesn't make you sweat and super hot and it's like comfortable to be under, you know? If it's super dry where you are, get like a humidifier so you can feel comfortable while you sleep, or vice versa. If it's like wet as heck where you live, get a dehumidifier. Right? Like do everything you can to sit down and make your sleeping experience better because if you can make your sleep experience better, literally the rest of your life will be better, right? Like basically a third of your life is sleeping. And if you're messing up a third of your life, that's not good, right? Like, I think that's something we could all agree on. So, the last big thing is get good sleep. That's something I'm going to go do. So, I will go ahead and just bid you all adieu. I do apologize that I missed last stream. This sickness, this generalized feeling of sickness and just feeling gross and icky has just kind of put me in quite the dire straits with streaming, it seems. And I am sorry that I jumped on late and I have drawn out the stream a little bit later. And it's a little bit of a shorter stream. I'm just tired. I'm just tired right now, man. I gotta get to sleep. I gotta go. I gotta get to sleep. I gotta go take care of myself. I can't be sitting here telling everyone else to get to sleep if I don't go do that kind of thing myself. So I do feel bad. Hopefully tomorrow I can have a normal stream. Because even if I do go out to help work at my parents' place, I should still have a pretty decent afternoon after that fact. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Um, so yeah, tomorrow, we will have a better tomorrow. And the fact that Apex Legends has control again, I think that'll be something that I really want to sit down and do and play on stream more. Plus, we also got to try to get to silver. Got to try to get to silver rank again. Again? Try and get to silver rank. Let me click in here real quick. Gotta try to get to silver rank. Let me just check on where I was at. We are at 4. Okay, so it's gonna take forever to get to silver rank, but we gotta still try. But anyways, guys, I really love you. I really love and appreciate you guys for coming by. I have seen that you guys typically check out the VODs a lot more often than you do showing up for the stream. I'm not 100% sure why that is. I haven't really found that any particular day or any particular game gets more people to watch the stream. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of doing what I do. If you guys have any suggestions for what you want me to play or what you want me to do, I'm more than open to that. I think we are going to sit down and play some Monster Hunter Rise when that comes out, if that hasn't already come out. So we're going to do that, though. Eventually. I'm definitely going to be buying the DLC because that's a title that I absolutely love. But anyway, we're definitely going to call it a night here. I love all you guys for jumping on by. Give me any suggestions you have. Follow. It's free. Even if you forget about me because I'm a small streamer, it just helps. It just helps having one more person sit and click the follow button. Largely, I do it just for my own sake because I feel like it's a lot more fun to sit down and stream something and play video games instead of just sitting down and playing video games silently by myself. So I really do honestly appreciate everybody jumping on by and hanging out. And with that, I bid you all an incredible night. Get some good sleep. Farewell and have a good one. Take care.